All right, good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 67. You might be wondering, what's going on? Where are you? Why haven't we heard from you? Well, I've kind of been away from civilization and kind of been with the family, had family in the car the whole time, and I can't really do this while I'm in the car with my family because my wife knows what's going on, but my kids don't really know what's going on, so can't quite do that. So, today is March 25th, and we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff that happened before this. Let me think here. Okay, so when I finished talking to you last time, I believe it was March 22nd into March 23rd in the morning, and we had finally checked in, and I got we got the room. I had lost my ID. All that stuff was going on, and we were hold oh, those kids are coming to the car here. And we were all right, the kids were just getting some water out of the car. Left it in the car overnight because it was so cold in this area that we're at right now. But anyway, so that morning we had slept, and I went down the win, and I'd won $700, and then I let you go. It was the beginning of the day. Throughout that day, there was really no gambling. I did have one session where I made $300, and really, that's all I could get going at that point. Um, on the 23rd, you know, yeah. So that day, I was staying with the boys at the Wynn, and we went over to Caesars that morning to have breakfast with the girls. It was a little bit later on in the day because they were tired and all that. And we went to a place called Brasserie, Bobby Flay's Brasserie. And they don't have a huge menu, but it was actually pretty good. I had some oysters there, and I had a nice steak. I posted a picture of the steak on YouTube. Um, Now, on YouTube, I did also post some other videos that I think got blocked for copyright reasons. I think I'll rerun those muted, and they were basically the buffets at the Wynn, both the dessert and the brunch buffet. So, anyway, after finishing up at Bobby Flay's, um, I got everybody a free um, Starbucks. They were all happy, got in the car, and we were going to meet some friends later on in the day. So um, that day, though, they had given the girls a one room with a queen bed instead of two queen beds, and then used those rollaways to make up the difference. And I'm like, you've got to fix this now. So they gave them a nice room with two queen beds afterward, overlooking the fountains of the Bellagio, and I posted that picture also on YouTube. Afterwards, we were going to meet some friends at a park near Red Rock. So we drove down the strip, I guess north on the strip, and went by the wedding chapel where we got married. And then we went to the Pawn Stars place, which I didn't realize was that close. Um, and hung out there for a while. It was okay. I mean, it was kind of like just a long building, like 150 feet long, maybe 20 feet wide. And there really wasn't that much there. And my kid wanted some graded Pokemon cards, but they really didn't have anything worthwhile. One of my kids wanted some odd bills, like money, currency, and the price was way outrageous, so we didn't do that. And then we met our friends near the Red Rock Casino. Behind it, there's a shopping area. We met there and then followed them out to Red Rock Park. I don't know I guess it's a state park. And I guess there was two different options. One of them was $15 a car, I believe, and the other one was free. We decided to do the one for $15 a car because that one was supposed to be better. But when we got there, they were completely full and not taking any more people. So we ended up doing the other one. It was interesting. Actually, it was a nice walk, and we were going uphill, and little pebbles, then rocks, then boulders, and we were going up the mountain slowly, or the hill. I guess it's called the mountain. And the kids just kept going and going and going. And my youngest got basically to the top of the mountain, and everyone was coming back down, and he was trying to figure out a way to get down. So I started heading toward him, and he was kind of going sideways, trying to figure out how to get down. And we got him down. He was happy that he did that. And my friend, actually Walter White, who I've talked about before on the podcast, and I interviewed him. We decided to go over to his house, and my kids hung out with his kids, and the adults went to dinner. And since I had so much free stuff everywhere, we decided to go to the Wynn, and we checked out two Asian places. Both of them were closed. We checked out one of the American places that was right on the bend there where uh, you go from the Wynn to the Encore. Right before you get to the Encore, on that bend where they usually have a sports car there. But that place was closed as well. And then we decided to go to another place. That place was closed as well. And we're like, okay, what's open? So Red 8 was open. We went to Red 8, and there was an hour-long wait there. So during the wait, the girls went one way and we went another way, and actually played some slots. I actually only found two plays at the Win and ended. I bought in for a total of $100 and cashed out $390 for a total of $290 profit. And then that's when later on in the evening I played a little bit and won the $300 as well. Um, and then it took a long time, took the full hour for us to get our seat. We went to the restaurant, sat down, we ate, had a good time, talked for a while and everything. And then they headed, we went back to their house, picked up the kids, and then I took the girls to Caesars, and we looked at the fountains of the Bellagio for a minute, and then they went to bed, and we went back to the Wynn. We got some desserts and things like that, and then we went to bed. So that was the 23rd. The 24th, um, we were leaving Vegas, but I had forgotten to pick up my free play from Vegas. And I picked up my $1,200 and actually got killed on that play. Um, at first, my daughter was with me, and she wanted to stand in line for me to get the money, and they wouldn't let her, so she headed back to the room. And I found a machine to play that $1,200 in free play, and it was about $7 a spin, and just got murdered on that machine. It would never play like that anywhere close to home. I lost the 1,200 and another 852 more. So that was just a horrific play. And then I decided to play a little bit of blackjack, and I was spreading. Actually, this is the second time at Caesars that I spread big. They've never said a word to me. I spread one hand at 25 to two hands at 400, and I ended up leaving the table ahead $1,000. So I ended up ahead for the day at Caesars. Um, and then we headed out of town. So at that point, we picked up the girls, and we left town. So this is the morning of March 24th. So when we went out of town, the first place that we went to was the Nevada Railway Museum. And it being a Monday, there wasn't much going on at all. We kind of did our own tour, walked around for a little bit. It was nice. It was okay. I mean, it was free, didn't cost anything. Walked around for a while. And when we were done there, we moved on down the road. The next stop was the Hoover Dam. And Hoover Dam was another 20 or 30 minutes away. We went there. I didn't realize that they were so worried about security there, but they were actually pulling cars over to search them. And there's an unusual situation here that happened to us. When we finally got the rental car, we had to get it in my wife's name because my ID was missing. And later on, we figured out that the TSA at the airport at home had it. And so my brother went and picked it up and he overnighted it to Vegas. So it should be there today. We won't be back in Vegas for 2 more days and I'll pick it up. I had it sent to Caesars in care of my name and hopefully it'll be fine. It was in Denver last time we checked. So that's all cool. We went to the Hoover Dam. Yeah, they ask you if you've got any weapons in the car and all these other things. They finally let us in. And then the parking was $10 at the Hoover Dam, and we parked on like the third floor. And then there's an elevator takes you down to the first floor, and you can take some dam tours. And so we went to get the dam tour, and the window was closed. The guy was eating his lunch, would not answer any questions or anything. And so we were going to pay the $30 a person for the damn tour, but the damn tour guy wasn't available to give us the damn tickets, so we couldn't do the damn tour. So we ended up just walking the length of the dam and back, took some pictures and all that, and then we took off. Um, and I thought that you could just drive over it and continue on the highway, but now the highway is not connected anymore. It goes around it. So then we had to backtrack a few miles and go around it, and we continued on. So when we continued on, the next stop was a town called Chloride, and now that's Chloride, Arizona, and this is a pretty rundown town. Online, it looked like a ghost town, but it's really not. It has a population of like 200 and something people, um, but it is not abandoned or a ghost town by any means. So we go to Chloride, and we walk into like a not a gas station exactly, but more like a um, just like a I don't know, a little convenience store. And my daughter was asking some questions about what they had, and is this really old? Is this a real whatever? Is this a real um, police badge and stuff like that? And it wasn't. But the lady said, "Well, these are real though. These are old tokens." And we're like, "Huh, old tokens? Let's take a look." And I perked up and I went over there and took a look at it. They were prostitution tokens. Like, this token entitles you to $3 of this, this, or this. And maybe I'll post some pictures later on. Right now, I'm a little busy. I snuck out to the car just to record this, but um, it was pretty funny. Yeah, I will post them. I don't know. Here, let me see. I'll open up this bag and read you a couple of them, but they were kind of comical by today's standards. But I ended up making a deal for all of these. It says Blair House, good for one screw, Madam Jew Fanny, proprietor, Silverton, Colorado. Another one says all night for $3, home of the Tigers. And another one says Poverty Hill, California, one screw. One of them says Uncle Sam's Hotel, 12 beautiful young ladies to assist you in Yuma, Arizona. So it seems like these are real. I'm not positive. They're worn in different amounts. They wanted a lot of money for them, but I ended up negotiating with them and getting them for about $3 a piece. So that was cool. I got like 50 of them. So I'll either sell them on eBay or keep them. I've got some tokens, a collection of tokens and some casino chips and things, a lot of wooden nickels and things like that. So I may just keep them. And then we continued on, and man, what was the name of the next town? We went to the next town, which had the Route 66 Museum, and I have it written down here. It was Kingman, Arizona, and we went to Kingman, Arizona. We went to an In-N-Out burger place. I had a nice triple burger, no bread. It was good. Um, I don't see what the big deal is about it. They're okay. It's like a burger you would make at home. But we did that, and then from there we continued on to Williams, Arizona, which is where we are right now. So by the time we got here, it was almost dark, and I'm like, okay, guys, as soon as we get to the house, I want everybody just to help unload the car so it doesn't get dark on us. And we got to where the map said the house was, and we turned right down a driveway, and it was the wrong driveway. But what we did find is a dog, and this dog was following us around down the driveway, down the street, down to the right house, and then he's jumping on us and all this stuff. He's a friendly dog, and then he follows us to the house, and then we're bringing stuff in. Then he follows us in the house, is jumping around the house. I pick him up. He pees on my hand. I take him outside. I close the gate so he can't get back in, and he takes off. He was a friendly dog, but we needed to get to bed. So we got here. It was around 7 p.m. or so. We settled in, got all our stuff unpacked, and just relaxed for a little while before we went to sleep. And then went to sleep. And that was the day yesterday, which would be Monday. So today, again, is the 25th. We woke up this morning and got ready and ended up heading over to the Grand Canyon. We are in Williams, Arizona, and Grand Canyon was like a 10-minute drive, and then you go straight north on, I think it was 64 or something like that, to the South Rim. And we went to a museum there, walked around the South Rim for a couple hours, went to another area, walked around there for a little while, and then headed back to the house. And on the way to the house, I tried to stop at all kinds of places, little hole in the wall places, trader posts, things like that. But one thing we did was put in a restaurant to go to from the South Rim, and it took us through like the national rainforest roads instead of the regular roads, which is all back roads, like 10, 12 miles of back roads, all bumpy, nasty roads, unpaved. And we finally got to this little area, and we discovered that that area was open to the public. You could take those roads, and you would actually get around where you would pay to get into the Grand Canyon. We actually did pay to get in, but if you had taken these roads, you wouldn't have had to pay. I'm not into doing all that, but I just thought it was funny. And we went to this town, and there was a Mexican restaurant we went to. Horrendous food, terrible food. I got chicken fajitas. You can't mess that up. They cooked those things for so long, it was like stew. And they had like a quarter of a breast of chicken in there. It was not very good. I had a bite of beans, a bite of rice, but that was about it. Can't really have that stuff on my diet. And then we continued on, went to like this place where it had all these stones, different kinds of rock, and um, you know, amber with insects in it, and hundreds of different kinds of stones and quartz and things like that. And then stopped at a few other places, got some nice pictures of the mountains, which I'll post a few of them. And right now we're at the house. So right now it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're at the house, and that's what's going on right now. Tomorrow will be an interesting day. We're going to go to a couple places and then come back to the house, and then we'll head back to Vegas. And I'll get a very little bit of gambling in before we head home. So that's what's going on right now. I know it's not a gambling episode, but I wanted to update you, let you know what was going on, what was happening. I will eventually get those episodes, those videos cleaned up so that they don't have any copyright issues, and I'll get those posted with a no sound and go from there. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to let you go, get back to the family. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.